Well, remember when there was Mr., Mrs., and Miss? And then some people weren't happy with that. There were some women who said, why should it distinguish between a married woman and a non-married woman, but it doesn't do the same for a man? So you ended up with Ms. And that was fair in my mind. That's a fair distinction if you wanted to make that. Why does it only say that the woman's married or not married, but doesn't make that for the man? Well, then there are some people who just weren't happy with either Mr. or Miss or Mrs. or Ms. because they don't identify as either. So mix, may not have heard of that. MX came out. Well, now, according to a new article, Oxford City Council praised for introducing gender-neutral MX title on paperwork. So Oxford City Council in England told The Independent it has approved plans to include mix, MX, as an option on paperwork alongside traditional terms such as Miss, Ms., Mrs., and Mr. The change was made following recommendations from, guess who, the council's Equality and Diversity Group as a means of making the council more trans-inclusive, including non-binary people who can prefer the mixed title as it does not denote a gender. So we are now going to have official paperwork that recognizes you as not having a gender, or maybe for having several simultaneously. The question is, what if they vary? What if you're mixed today, Ms. tomorrow, and Mr. the day after? Perhaps there can be something that says several genders at the same time. No, I'm not mocking the confusion some people experience. I'm saying you do not rewrite grammar. You do not rewrite the English language because someone is struggling with their gender identity. And where does this go? It's always the question, where does it go? Well, here are some related articles that came up with this article here. Non-binary person launches online campaign to crowdfund breast removal surgery. So here's a woman unhappy with her breasts, but identifies as non-binary, raising money to have breasts removed. Non-binary student calls Obama out on lack of progress for transgender rights. President Obama is holding a gun to the heads of administrators in schools across America, in the form of billions of dollars of funding, pushing them to radical transgender activism. Here's a non-binary student saying, not enough. Of course, it can never be enough. How about this? Canadian transgender and non-binary student Quinn Nelson calls for third gender option in census. Well, why only a third gender? And what about multiple genders? What about no gender at all? Once you depart from God created us male and female, once you make someone's struggle now the new rule, you turn society upside down. Let's turn back the tide. Let's get back to the basics. Male and female, it's a pretty good thing. It's worked up till now.